Just pick a still from there. Woo! Well, that was adorable. Okay, so we have made it to the end of April. Well, practically end of the April. There's like 3 days left as I record this video. There'll be like 1 day left when this video goes up. So that's exciting. Probably, maybe. I don't really know anymore if what's exciting. But so on with the show. It seems like I have a lot of books on this list, and I do. But generally, I have usually I have an ebook to listen to while I paint or while I'm doing chores or folding laundry or just sort of general background noise. Usually I have an ebook to read before bed because I like to read before bed, but it doesn't have that light, like, so yeah. So an ebook before bed, and then I usually have a normal physical book I like to read during the day. So this is a long list, but just be assured that because I'm juggling a lot of books at one time or whatever, it's not that bad, I guess. I don't know. It doesn't matter. Okay, so the first book I plan to read in May is everybody excited? Grapes of Wrath by John Steinbeck. This is for my rereading books I hated in high school, middle school, and maybe college. I'm not looking forward to this. I would rather spend my time doing a lot of other things, but giving myself a couple weeks to read it, and I'm going to push through. I'll probably end up finding an audiobook. I don't know, maybe Libby will have one, or I'll buy one or something, but we'll see. I feel like I could probably get through it better with an audiobook, but I'm going to try to read this book. I'm really excited to read about turtles. That's all that I remember from this book is turtles. So that's the first book I'm going to read. The video goes up, I think it's May 13th. That's what I'm currently shooting for, but we'll see how quickly I get through Grapes of Wrath. The next physical book I plan to read this month is Marian Keyes' The Woman Who Stole My Life. I think the cover is really cool. And it sounds interesting. It sounds like a good sort of... I tried to pick lighter reads because I knew that I would be reading Grapes of Wrath this month, so I wanted a few things I can kind of enjoy. You'll see a lot of the ebooks and audiobooks I chose when we get to that section are books I've read already, but that way it's just something I can enjoy while I'm reading something I'm relatively sure that I will not enjoy. So yeah, that's first Marian Keyes, The Woman Who Stole My Life. Next on the list is one of the last remaining library books I have. It's the shiny, lovely cover. I've had this book since probably middle of February. I've been putting it off. The story is basically this dinosaur is told a story, and it's like the best story he's ever heard, and he wants to find the author. And so he has to go to book home, which is also called the City of Dreaming Books, to find it, and it's kind of an adventure story. I've heard it's good if you like oh my goodness, was The Starless Sea by Aaron Morgenstern, or that sort of like a book about book that has a little adventure and time travel and whatnot. I guess, is it time travel? I don't remember. It's something like that. But I don't know. I should probably read it. I wonder what's that reflecting? Who knows? Doesn't matter. So that's next. The next book on my physical to read, to be read list, whatever you want to call it, is Scythe by Neil Schusterman. I just think this will be a fun read, and I'm excited to get stuck into something, and this looks like something I get stuck into. And it's a series, so if I enjoy it, I'll have books I can read for the next few months. I don't know whether I'll buy it or get it from the library or borrow it from your mom. Next on the list of my physical to reads this month is Harlan Coben's The Woods. I know this looks like it's a thick book, but I remember the first time I read it, I think I read it in like 2 days. A lot of thrillery books like this I can read very quickly because it just keeps you hooked. So I thought that'd be a good one to kind of occupy me when my brain wants to jump off a bridge because of the grips of wrath. Next on my to read list physical is The Dry. Looks good. I think it's another one of those thick books, but I think I'll get through it very quickly. I know a lot of people like Jane Harper, so. And then if there's time and I need to read something else, I do want to read Emma from this. I have not read Emma, so I think what I might do when I read Emma is read Emma, watch Clueless, and then see if I can find the new Emma release. It looks really cute. I've heard it's really cute. So that's if I have time. The text for this is very tiny. So what I might do is actually find it someplace else, but we'll see. So that is all of my physical to reads. So I also have audiobooks. The first audiobook I will listen to is Life After Life by Kate Atkinson. It's a really long one. I think the audiobook is like 17 hours long. So that will be a good chunk of my month. And hopefully I'll have time for Rebecca Traister's Good and Mad, The Revolutionary Power of Women's Anger. I've had this on hold from the library for like a month now, and I keep just deferring it because I've just been reading other things. So hopefully it will work out. I like a good nonfiction book, especially when I'm painting, because I can kind of dip in and dip out, but still get enough information. And then let's see here. So that's the 2 audiobooks I'll find. Depending on how Life After Life goes, I'll probably add one more. I'm not sure what it will be. Just kind of depends on what's available, I guess. And then ebooks, I am going to reread The Cuckoo's Calling, the first in the Cameron, I'm not British, Strike novels. The author is Robert Galbraith, which is, of course, a pen name for J.K. Rowling. I have read the first 3 in the series, I think. I've sort of gotten away from it for whatever reason. They're kind of mostly being published. I went through a couple years where I just didn't really read much at all. Nothing could interest me. Even though I liked the story and I liked the way it was going, and I don't know. So I'm going to reread the first one and then, kind of work through the rest of them to reread to get to the new releases. The next ebook I'm going to read is Dealing with Dragons, which is number 1 in the Enchanted Forest Chronicles by Patricia C. Reedy. She's got a name that's not good if you have a slight lisp. I have reread this book multiple times. I read it for the first time in middle school and loved it. I like to reread them every couple of years. It's harder for me to reread them. I think I have the rest of the series still, unless I gave them away, which I might have given them away because I lost the first book somewhere in my middle school. Goodness gracious, like 12 plus years ago. No, it's probably been longer than that. No, yeah, like 12 years ago. And I'm still very salty about it. I think I was bringing it to loan somebody, or I gave it to loan somebody, although that might be The Hobbit. I don't remember. I kept loaning books to people in middle school, and they kept getting lost. You think I would have learned, but that was the one I lost, and I was very upset about it. But it's a good book. I like it. The series is good. It's another one of those books that I can kind of return to kind of like chill my brain out so I don't get too overwhelmed with Steinbeck. And then the last book I'm going to read this month is for my 1 graphic novel a month challenge thing, and that's The Prince and the Dressmaker by Jen Wang. It looks so cute. From what I understand, and if I'm wrong, editing me will pop in here. So yeah, I had the general idea right, but I was describing it awfully. So I thought I'd pull it up on Goodreads and we'll read it together. We'll read the thingy together. Paris, at the dawn of the modern age. Prince Sebastian is looking for a bride, or rather his parents are looking for one for him. Sebastian is too busy hiding his secret life from everyone. At night, he puts on daring dresses and takes Paris by storm as the fabulous Lady Crystalia, the hottest fashion icon in the world capital of fashion. Sebastian's secret weapon and best friend is the brilliant dressmaker Francis, one of the only 2 people who know the truth. Sometimes this boy wears dresses, but Francis dreams of greatness, and being someone's secret weapon means being a secret forever. How long can Francis defer her dreams to protect a friend? Jen Wang. And that's one of those that will take me like probably 2 hours to get through. Probably not even that. That's a good little like nugget of time book. So that's my May to read. I'm curious what you're reading this month, or if there's any books you think I should add to future TBRs. I'm always looking for recommendations. I like thrillers. I like mystery books. I like cozies. Kind of surprised I haven't read a cozy in a while. They seem to be harder to find on like ebook services. And the ones that I do find are by authors that I have tried in the past and I don't like the way they write. Which just surprises me when someone can screw up a cozy. They're very formulaic. But I have read some that just did not sit with me. So, like always, wash your hands, stay safe, go ride a bike, and I think that's it. Happy reading.